So by now you've probably heard the verdict in the Sean Bell case and that the officers were found not guilty. But the problem with that is once you shoot at people and then reload and then shoot at them again for like a combined 51 rounds, that kind of makes you guilty. Now I understand that officers have like this high-paced, stressful job. They have to react in a moment's notice. But here's the other thing. Obviously this person was not dangerous because they did not have a gun. Now I've also heard reports that there was a fourth person and that he had fled the scene and that he had the gun. But the problem with that is if he had the gun and he left, why were they still firing? And they may not have meant to kill this man. It could have been an accident, but they did kill him. People have gone to jail for accidents before. You know what I'm saying? People have gotten drunk, gotten into their car, hitting people, and killed them. And even though they did not mean to kill them, it was an accident, they still went to jail because they killed them. Now, maybe they really didn't mean it and they're acquitted, but something should happen to them. I mean, it's like the repercussions and consequences, there have to be some, otherwise it's just weird. It's probably another reason why I didn't want to be a lawyer, because at the age of 5, 6, everyone's always asked me what I'm going to be when I grow up, and I told them I'm a lawyer. I told them I was a lawyer at 5 to 6, when I was 12, when I was 13, 14, 15, 16. They always thought, oh, he's going to change his mind, That's what all kids do, but I didn't. But then by the time I got up to senior year in high school, I did start to change my mind, because as I learned more and more, I did not really like the judicial system because it always seems to fail. Like I would always see stuff on the news like, man, after spending 18 years in prison, 20 years in prison, 24, 27, 28 years in prison, acquitted because he didn't do the crime and DNA proved it. And it was just like, if the judicial system is going to keep sending people to jail who are innocent and just not wanting to like take the time and do stuff and try to figure stuff out correctly and just base it on stuff that can just be out of thin air, then how am I supposed to dedicate my life to something that I don't fully believe in anymore? And it's just odd because this whole situation is weird. But not only that, something should happen to those police officers. I'm sorry, like you didn't mean to do it, but you did kill someone in a whole bunch of bullets that were completely unnecessary because he was unarmed. And basically the whole thing is, we're too old for this. Like, we are too old to be shooting at people. We are too old to be starting wars. We are too old to be jumping people and trying to film it to be famous. We are too old and know too much to be doing some of the stuff that is on in the news. We have to grow up. Our country's over, what, hundreds of years old? Yet, in all that time, we just seem to... A lot of people aren't becoming adults. And it's getting weird, and it's just like our country is in debt and all this other stuff, like $9 trillion. How do we owe $9 trillion? We print our own money, don't we? I know there's a whole other issue with the whole printing the money and owing people, but that's not really the point right now. But anyway, the Sean Bell verdict was just another one of those cases that's just iffy, and it's never going to be right with the people, and it's just going to be looked at one of those cases that's just like, dang, really?